When an airline faces the pivotal decision of whether to buy or lease a Boeing or Airbus aircraft, it's not simply a matter of cost. The choice threads through the entire fabric of the airline strategy, financial health, and ambitions for the future. It's a decision with consequences that ripple across decades, influencing everything from the routes an airline can serve to the experience they deliver to passengers, to their ability to weather the storms of a volatile industry. Understanding the dynamics of buying versus leasing aircraft is essential for anyone seeking to grasp the business of aviation. Let's start at the heart of the matter: ownership. To buy an aircraft is to make a bold, long-term commitment. This means an airline shoulders the full responsibility and risk, but it also stands to reap the greatest rewards. The financial terms are daunting. Purchasing a new Boeing or Airbus jet is a major capital investment. Each aircraft can cost anywhere from $50 million for a narrow-body jet like a Boeing 737 or Airbus A320, up to $450 million for larger wide-bodies like the Boeing 777, 787, or Airbus A350. Most airlines don't pay in cash. They finance the purchase through loans or other forms of borrowing, which introduces interest payments and credit exposure. Yet, this upfront cost is balanced by a compelling proposition. Once the aircraft is paid off, the airline owns a valuable asset outright. This brings significant long-term cost savings, as the airline no longer has to make lease payments. For airlines with stable, predictable demand and steady route networks, think of major flag carriers or highly efficient low-cost carriers. Ownership pays off over the aircraft's operational life. These airlines can plan for the long haul, confident that their investment will generate value over decades. Moreover, owning an aircraft grants a level of control that leasing cannot match. The airline can customize interiors, install specialized equipment, or reconfigure the cabin to match evolving customer needs. There's freedom to deploy the aircraft on any route, at any time, without seeking lessor approval. And crucially, the aircraft itself becomes a financial asset. If the airline needs to raise cash, it can use the aircraft as collateral for loans or sell it outright, capturing any residual value that remains. However, ownership is not without its risks and drawbacks. The most immediate is the sheer magnitude of the initial expense. Committing such vast sums can strain even the healthiest balance sheet, especially when an airline needs to refresh its fleet or expand rapidly. There's also the risk of depreciation. Aircraft values can swing dramatically in response to external shocks, rising fuel prices, new environmental regulations, or global crises like the COVID-19 pandemic. In such events, the resale value of an aircraft can plummet, leaving airlines exposed to heavy losses. Flexibility is another concern. Owning an aircraft makes it harder to adjust fleet size quickly. If market demand falls or competition intensifies, an airline can find itself with excess capacity and no easy way to scale down. Likewise, rapid growth or the opening of new routes may require more capacity than the owned fleet can provide, forcing the airline to seek alternative solutions. Finally, the maintenance burden rests squarely with the owner. Airlines must budget for major overhauls, heavy checks, and unscheduled repairs, all of which can be complex and costly. On the other side of the equation lies leasing. The aviation industry offers two main types of leases: operating leases and finance leases. An operating lease is typically shorter term, ranging from a few years up to a decade. The airline uses the aircraft but does not assume ownership. At the end of the lease, the aircraft returns to the lessor. A finance lease, in contrast, is a longer-term arrangement that closely resembles ownership, with the airline making regular payments over a period that approaches the aircraft's economic life. Leasing offers immediate advantages, especially for airlines that prioritize flexibility and cash flow. The upfront financial burden is far lighter. There's no need to tie up hundreds of millions in a single purchase. Instead, the airline makes periodic lease payments, preserving precious capital for other investments or operations. This makes leasing particularly attractive for newer airlines, those operating in volatile or fast-changing markets, or carriers that need to adjust capacity rapidly in line with seasonal or unexpected shifts in demand. Another benefit of leasing is the ability to access the latest technology more quickly. Aircraft technology is advancing rapidly, with newer models offering lower fuel burn, reduced emissions, and enhanced passenger comfort. Leasing enables airlines to swap out older aircraft for newer models without the complications of selling owned assets or managing aging fleets. This can be a crucial competitive advantage, especially as environmental concerns and regulatory pressures mount. Leasing can also offer tax advantages. In many jurisdictions, lease payments are considered operating expenses and can be fully deducted, reducing taxable income and improving cash flow. However, these benefits must be weighed against the reality that, over a typical life cycle of 20 to 25 years, leasing an aircraft is usually more expensive than owning it outright. The lack of asset ownership means the airline does not build equity or capture any residual value at the end of the lease. Moreover, lease terms often come with significant restrictions, limiting the airline's ability to modify the aircraft and imposing strict return conditions. Exceeding agreed-upon wear and tear can result in costly penalties, eroding the financial advantages of leasing. The airline industry's approach to fleet management reflects these complex trade-offs. Low-cost carriers, such as Ryanair and AirAsia, often make headlines for buying aircraft in bulk, negotiating deep discounts by committing to large orders. Their business models depend on high utilization and operational efficiency, so owning aircraft outright makes sense. These airlines anticipate using their jets intensively over long periods, confident that the residual value will remain strong in robust secondary markets. In contrast, startups, charter operators, and airlines serving highly seasonal or unpredictable markets tend to rely more heavily on leasing. The flexibility to add or return aircraft quickly allows them to match capacity to demand, control costs, and limit exposure to market downturns. Even among legacy carriers, a blended approach is common. They may own the core of their fleet, used on high-frequency, long-haul, or flagship routes, while leasing additional capacity to cover seasonal peaks or new market entries. Strategic considerations also play a role. Airlines operating in regions with uncertain political or economic climates may favor leasing to avoid locking in capital. Those aiming for rapid expansion or who need to pivot quickly in response to competitor moves may see leasing as a tool to seize opportunities without overcommitting resources. Ultimately, the decision to buy or lease is driven by a careful analysis of costs, risks, and strategic objectives. Airlines must project future demand, model the impact of fuel prices, factor in regulatory changes, and assess their own financial resilience. They must balance the desire for flexibility with the imperative to control costs and build long-term value. A practical rule of thumb emerges from decades of industry experience. Buy if you have stable, predictable demand, robust finances, and a long-term commitment to your routes and fleet. Lease if flexibility, lower upfront costs, and the ability to modernize quickly are your top priorities. But the landscape is always shifting. Advances in aircraft technology, evolving environmental standards, and the rise of new business models continue to reshape the calculus. The global pandemic underscored the value of flexibility, as airlines with heavy ownership stakes struggled to adjust, while those with leased fleets could negotiate deferrals or return aircraft more easily. It's worth noting that the choice between Boeing and Airbus themselves often comes down to factors beyond the buy versus lease debate. Aircraft performance, fuel efficiency, range, and compatibility with the existing fleet all play a role. The availability of favorable deals, whether from manufacturers, lessors, or financiers, can tip the scales in either direction. In summary, the decision to buy or lease an aircraft is anything but straightforward. It requires a nuanced understanding of finance, operations, and strategy. For some airlines, the certainty and control of ownership will always be worth the risks and investment. For others, the agility and lower barriers to entry offered by leasing open doors to new opportunities and markets. Most will find their path somewhere in between, crafting a fleet strategy that balances today's realities with tomorrow's ambitions. In the end, the right answer is the one that aligns with the airline's vision, resources, and the ever-changing winds of the global aviation industry.